Ivan, I have a poor setup, so I don't think I can start making YouTube videos.
No! If you're trying to become a YouTuber and you're struggling with things like your lighting, like your microphone, like your camera, and all these other things, don't worry. You're a bitch. And I'll tell you exactly why, okay? The first reason you should not worry about your lighting or your microphone quality or your camera quality or any of these things. First one is that there are people who are more successful than you with way worse fucking setups. So I learned this when I actually went digging through some YouTubes. Like I went through YouTube, right? And I did a bunch of research on competitors and shit. And I noticed like a lot of them, they just like, they use what seems to just be their iPhone and they just hold it out and they record themselves in like their room light. Like I know I don't have my room light on and shit, but they record it literally in their room light. Like there's no fancy cinematic lighting or anything like that. Another example I found was like this guy called Iman Gadzhi. He makes like self-improvement, like money making videos and shit. This guy, I was watching one of his videos, and I noticed that his like camera quality was pretty good, and then he drops a line out of fucking nowhere. He pulls it out of his ass. He's like, yeah guys, this was just filmed on my phone. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. And then what to rub salt in the wound, he was like, yeah guys, so I have, the $3,000 lights, the $20,000 cameras and shit, but I don't use those. Half the times I just film my camera on my iPhone, and I'm just like, whoa, like that's crazy. Like it really goes to show us like you don't need like the best equipment, the best camera, the best microphone, or any of these things to actually produce high quality videos. And then the second thing I want to talk about is that there are literally people out there who make their microphones worse and their camera, not necessarily the camera quality. So like I'll give you a quick disclaimer. Yeah, your camera quality can't be shit, but your microphone quality can definitely be shit. Okay, there's literally people out there who are super successful who purposefully make their microphones worse as like part of their branding. And the biggest example I can think of is like there's this Minecraft YouTubers I used to watch like a year ago. I don't really remember like their name. It's like a pickle something. It was like this green guy, right? His microphone was always so shit. Like it's purposefully bad. Like I bet he's got a good microphone, but he goes to like Audacity or his editing software. He purposely makes his own voice sound worse. But it like works because he's like the troll type character in like the sort of Minecraft like shorts they made, right? So his voice being like more fucked up and like his microphone being a worse quality literally did him favors. Like it probably made him more popular, so he probably would have got less views. The views would be less viral if his microphone was of like nice crisp quality. So really the content and how you speak and like your branding and all these other things, I think these things matter so much more than your setup. I changed my shirt because I found out the video got corrupted and now I have to re-record. Okay, let's move on. Worrying about your YouTube setup is something that's very like intimate to myself, and that's because when I was first starting YouTube, I spent a lot of time, like a lot of time researching, proper camera angles and your proper lighting, your LEDs, your good microphones, good cameras, camera settings, microphone settings, editing softwares. So I spent a lot of time researching all of these things, and I thought that it was important. I thought it was like the most important thing is to have like a good setup and a good camera, because I watched all these other YouTubers around sort of my niche, right? And all of them looked like they had good camera lighting. They looked like they had, professional backdrops and everything. So that left me with the impression that in order to be successful on YouTube, I had to have these perfect backdrops and the fancy camera, the fancy microphone, yada, yada, yada. The thing is, this was a large waste of time. And that's because after I settled into YouTube, and I did some more research on even more people in my niche, I started to find people who were popular, like millions of subscribers, who don't even like worry that much about their lighting or their backdrop or anything else. It's just purely their personality. Like we probably all know a lot of those like self-improvement YouTubers, and all they do is they pick up their phone or they pick up their camera and they just like hit record, and then they're super close. And then the fact that it looks raw and like authentic and like it doesn't look like a studio, like literally helps them. It like makes their message seem more trustworthy. So the takeaway I want you to have is like your videos don't have to be cinematic. You don't need to have the perfect lighting, the perfect camera, the perfect microphone, as long as stuff is to like a decent, like a passable quality. Okay, so like I'm not gonna lie, you can't like take a potato and then go record yourself. Okay, no one's gonna watch like 144 resolution, but once you have shit to like decent quality, like for example, the thing I'm recording on is like a photo camera, so it can take videos, and I'd say the video quality is pretty good, but it's a photo camera first and a video camera. It's also very old. It's like my family's old camera, right? So I won't say this camera is like supremely good for video recording. This Blue Snowball I don't want to unplug it right now because I'm using the record, but the cord is literally fucked up. You don't even have to use a blue snowball. Like, you know, the YouTubers, like sort of the talking head YouTuber, the ones who like the ones on TikTok and Instagram, and they have their finger and they point like this. Like, a lot of those guys just use like a $1 like AirPod microphone and they talk straight into it. Like, they hold it to their face. Like, you probably know what I'm talking about, right? I don't know if you here. I'll just like, maybe I'll turn the camera or something. But like, this is literally my light, okay? This is like my DIY box diffuser. It's a lamp that I already have for my house that I just draped a t-shirt over so the light's not too harsh. So, like, you don't need to buy a fancy box light. You don't need to buy a fancy camera or microphone. Just pick up what you have. Because I'm guessing if you're watching this, you have like an iPhone, right? If you have an iPhone or any phone for that matter, as long as it's not like an iPhone like 1 or something, the first generation, the camera shit. But as long as like you have a phone, like you could probably record on that. Like, plenty of people record on their phones and it's of high quality. I could probably record. I did actually record some of my videos on my phone. Okay, but I'm not gonna leave this video just like with me yelling at you. I do want to give you some like practical tips for your YouTube setup. If you made it this far, you know, first of all, great, because normally viewers don't make it this far, but if you made it this far, you know, you get a little bonus material. You get some of the Ivan Shao practical YouTube setup tips. The first practical tip I can give you is that when you have a good setup, so you know where your camera's supposed to be, your mic's supposed to be, your lamp's supposed to be, everything else, your chair, record this. And the way you're gonna like record this or like set it in stone is you're gonna take like clear plastic Scotch tape. So that's what I do. And I just put it on the ground where all of these things go. That way, the next time I record, I can just like, instead of like fiddling around like, oh, what looks best, I can just be like, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here, bam, press record. And it saves you a bunch of time. So I have a bunch of like Scotch clear tape on my floor, and that just shows me where everything are. And then I take a Sharpie and I label them. So I know, like, you know, one is like thumbnail 1, thumbnail 2, video 1. The one I'm currently using is video corner right now. It's just like a piece of tape on the ground. So that saves you a lot of time with finding your setup. Again, with my lights, right? Your lights, you don't need a fancy box diffuser that costs, like, if you want to buy one, sure, you got extra money, you know what I'm saying, you're rich as fuck. But for those of us who are frugal and are not rich as fuck, you can take a lamp and just drape a cotton t-shirt over it if it's too strong. Like, and this is just your DIY diffuser. You know, your microphone, I'm lucky enough I have a boom stand because I bought that a while ago, but you know, you can literally just hold the microphone as well. Something I did was like, you know, I stacked cardboard boxes and I just put the camera there as well. So I would invest in a tripod just because I think having a tripod is like very, very, very handy. Like the ROI, but you don't necessarily need it. Because matter of fact, like the first like 4 videos on this channel were recorded with the camera on like 3 cardboard boxes. So you don't need a tripod, but I would recommend it because it is very handy. You can like adjust everything, and other shit. Yeah, so that's basically the end of the video. I've talked about everything I think I want to talk about. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like hit like and subscribe. But like, yeah, if you do enjoy it, like, please do those things, bro. Like the YouTube algorithm things, it helps me out a lot. I'm trying to make this YouTube shit work because I gotta get rich as fuck, so then I can buy the fancy $1 billion cameras. Yeah, but that's basically everything. You know, if you got any questions, you know, especially if you got like improvements or something, you want to like criticize me or some shit, like, I'm all for it because, you know, I do want to improve my YouTube and shit. So yeah, that's everything. See ya.